This message is to Bill O'Reilly because you see a lot of inappropriate things. You talk about Black Lives Matter, how it's killing Americans, but you're forgetting the basic thing that the Black Lives Matter movement is full of Americans. Bill O'Reilly. Now, you may not like the color of their skin, and you may not like what they represent because they go against what you believe in, what you believe America should be. And based off of the things that you've said, I pretty much ignore you, right? Because you're kind of one of those flies that won't go away. That's how you view me. That's how you view people of color anyways. Just based off of your statements, it's obvious how you feel about black people. You can tell me how much you have black friends here and there, but you like Uncle Toms. They call me an Uncle Tom because for the most part I speak pretty much proper English. But at the end of the day, I'm a realist, okay? I speak the truth. If there's something wrong, I'm going to say it. And what you're doing is wrong. You talk about how the Black Lives Matter is race baiting. Black Lives Matter is only bringing to light what they feel is wrong with what's happening to people of color. Now, I don't agree with the ways they're doing it because a lot of the time they antagonize and attack the wrong people. They need to get organized. They have no idea what they're doing. They need somebody who can lead them like Martin Luther King. But of course, that person probably end up dead. And how everything's interconnected nowadays, they'll try to find something on the gentleman or woman who to try to deface her before they can really do anything. That's the type of things that you guys do. So you guys can't be trusted. But anyways, they do need a leader. That's the truth. Yes, they do. Now, I don't involve myself in that group at all. I'm not going to lie. But the thing is, they do make pretty valid points. Now, I'm not going to just go back to the mainstream Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice. The whole thing is there are men and women that get killed every day. That's a simple fact, yes. But there are more people of color. You can talk about Hispanics. You can talk about black people especially. Those are the two groups that get attacked the most by police officers. Now, there are whites that people view as white trash, right? That live around the blacks and the Hispanics in the poor areas, in the disenfranchised areas, in areas where people don't believe people should even exist. If we're going to honestly speak, the people that are poor get looked down upon by people who aren't even well off. Just because they live in an apartment that's nicer a couple blocks away and they make $5,000-$10,000 more a year does not make them better than those people. Because I remember a quote from a gentleman that I saw, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a YouTube video, who actually, excuse me, became homeless. He has I think MBA, what is it? It's an MBA in business, right? An MBA in business. This dude apparently was making $500,000 a year, but he said, in his exact quote, because he is now homeless, you're just a paycheck away from being homeless, no matter where you stand. Now, if you're super rich like you are, Bill O'Reilly, because I know you have millions of dollars, and don't lie and tell me you don't, because even the host of MSNBC and 9 o'clock, Rachel Maddow, has $20 million to her name and gets paid $7 million a year. But that's besides the fact. Okay? But my video for you, and the reason I made this video is because I can't stand you anymore. You are a terrible human being. Honestly. You want to say millennials are complainers, especially those of color. You know, we have nothing to complain about. We have the same rights as everyone else. That's actually not very true, especially for the middle class and lower class kids and the poor kids. Okay? Now, I would like America to open its eyes and wake up, because we do have a lot of pressing issues. And guess what? How black people are feeling right now. Right now, 100%. You are going to feel it. You're going to feel it. The whole thing is, right now, the people with the money are dividing you up into sections, and then they're going to divide you up into even smaller sections. You know why? Because together, people stand strong. They can't take on 1 million, 10 million. 100 million, etc. They can't take on that amount of people. When that many people are awake, they have no power, because the power lies within the majority. If they divide up the majority and chop away at it, as they've been doing for years, and getting people to fall in line behind them, and when they're ready to really fuck them over like they've done, and you've already been fucked over, and haven't even realized it, right? Because you're still standing behind the same corporate companies that are fucking you over. You're all about fracking and denying global warming. And you say, oh, the earth naturally gets colder and hotter. That's absolutely true. I'm not going to deny it. But it doesn't happen within 100 years. That increase takes thousands and hundreds of thousands of years, and that decrease takes thousands and hundreds of thousands of years to happen. 10,000 years ago, there was an ice age. Now we're melting everything. And the rate is accelerating. And you guys deny it. But that's just besides my point. Anyways, we have a lot of pressing issues that we can use to help Americans, black, white, Hispanic, Asians, Native Americans too, because this was their land first either way. But stop being so selfish. Stop being so hateful over nothing. And Bill O'Reilly, I'm going to say it like this. You really are an asshole. You really are. Seriously. I don't know what kind of human being you are. And the people that support you and follow you, I'm not going to blame all of them, because a lot of them are misinformed and blind. And you know what? You can call me black, nigger, whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, if you're not intelligent enough to see that you're being fucked over and you have nothing, that's on you. And for those Christians that say they believe in God but are hateful towards gays and people that don't agree with their faith, you're no worse than the Islamist. And what I mean by that, I'm talking about the ones that are extremist. There are a lot of extreme Christians too. They may not be going around killing people like the Islamists, like the extreme Islamists are, or the extreme Muslims, whatever name you want to give it. But you're basically casting off a whole area or a whole group of people based off of their sexual orientation. Now, I may not agree with the transgender bathrooms, but I don't believe that you should hate gay people and transgender people for being who they want to be. You have no right. God is the only one who could judge people. You can say that God doesn't agree with it all you want, but you are not the Lord. Those are your brothers and sisters if you believe in God. And for the atheists who disrespect God, I'm not going to push my beliefs off on you. This is for the people who do believe in God. And we can have a conversation about it any day. You can support it with scientific facts, do whatever. I believe in science too. I do not deny science. But I have to say this. We wouldn't have science if it wasn't for the Lord. But that's it. That's all I got to say.